disappears to the dreamers, the seekers, the wise. Crystal lavender will reach in the skies. Through tarot and starlight will always roam. In the heart of the universe we found our home. Comes where the mystics play. We speak the language of the Milky Way. A touch of Venus, a kiss from the moon, guiding lost hearts with a sweet gentle tune.
What up? Hello, hello. Welcome here. Welcome back. Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on, whatever time you're watching this video. Hi, Cancer. This episode of As the Tarot Turns is brought to you on purpose with purpose, and I'm your host, Crystal Lavender. So we're going to get right to it. I already did all the shuffling, already laid out all the cards. All right, we're not going to talk too much. If you would like a personal reading, go ahead and hit up my website at crystal-lavender.com, right there at the little bottom of the scrolling screen. And you can book a personal reading. You can sign up for my free newsletter with exclusive content, and you can download a free copy of my book. My book is called Say You Love. It is a testimony of triumph over the darkness of childhood, SA, and addiction. All right. And you can get a free download at my website at crystal-lavender.com. All right. Sorry, I had something go down my breathing tube. Gah. Learn how to swallow, right? That's what he said. Anyways, okay. So Cancer, we are doing what you need to let go of, what you need to keep, your finances, and your love, all right, for the week of April 7th to the 13th. So what do you need to let go of? Ooh, laundry mountain climber. So you might have a wardrobe that you need to get rid of, like your wardrobe is on your floor. All right. There might be some sort of dust bunnies that are turning conscious that you need to get out of your corners or whatever. So this is letting go of the viva la resistance. There might be like some sort of personal, like, I ain't touching it. Like, if you're not doing dishes, I'm not doing dishes. And then the dishes just never, ever, ever get done. And it's like this battle, but it's like really only it's going to make it harder on yourself in the long run. I tried that one time. I was like, nobody else gives a fuck about the floor. Why should I care about my floor? Like, I'm going to put my blinders on and I'm going to walk through, and in the long run, it just made it so much harder on myself because eventually I was the one that caved and did it anyways. So whatever it is, whatever sort of mundane chores, mundane chores that you've been putting aside and putting aside and putting aside, the cards are calling you out. All right. It's time to get rid of that sentient dust bunny in your corner, and your wardrobe is not art, even though I understand it's like it's easier to find things. It's like once you put things away, it's like, well, I don't know where it's at. Well, put it away anyways, and then you'll learn where it's at. And if you just keep putting stuff back where it goes, then you'll always know where it's at. Like, I remember when I was in high school or whatever, like, I'm looking for one specific black shirt in the mountain of black shirts. Where is my one black shirt? And it's in the mountain of black shirts, but I always knew where my stuff was as long as like, I even had built-in dressers when I was younger. I built in the wall dressers, and my shit was still all over the floor. I've gotten much, much better about that now, obviously, as an adult, but yeah, it might be time to pick up your wardrobe, okay, and tackle that mountain of laundry or whatever sort of mundane chores you got around the house. Because the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. And even if you got to do one little thing at a time, because I know how overwhelming it could get. Like hi, I'm 4 years, like, hi, my name is Crystal and I'm a recovered addict, right? I lived some pretty interesting adventures for sure, but I had so many people living in my house at one point. Like, I pretty much was running a party house, and I had so many people in my house at one point, and all like that, so many different roommates in and out all the time. Like, I've gotten rid of 2 whole freaking roll-off dumpsters of stuff around my house and in my yard or whatever that wasn't even mine. It was from me letting other people stay with me and just letting it happen and not putting my foot down. So put your foot down, okay? Because ultimately it's just going to be harder on you in the long run. So make it easier for yourself now and tackle those mundane projects that you've been putting off. All right. All right. What do we got for your keep? Deadline Surfer. That reminds me of that California surfer music. So you work well under pressure. Like you might be one of those people that works at the very last minute. It's like you're gonna pound it all out at the very last minute. I understand that completely because I am also the same way. And the cards are saying that you need to keep that. So that might even go along with this. Is like it might be time to let that go, but you work well under pressure. So it's like you're gonna get it all done. It's like once you make up your mind to get it done, you get it done. And you get it done with enthusiasm and vigor, you know. You are definitely like you could turn any sort of coal into a diamond. It's like you work so well under pressure that it's like you poop diamonds, you know, poop. You be flopping them out. So whatever it is that you've got, there might be somebody that is pressuring you, or you might feel a lot of pressure from other people around you, wondering if you're going to get it done, if you're going to get it done. If you're worried about not getting it done, with the deadline surfer here, like you could be by the hair of your chinny chin chin that you turn in your 10-page freaking report that you need to do for your college classes or whatever, but you will have it done. You will have it done, and not only that, it'll actually be proficient. That's the weird thing, right? Like back when I was in school or whatever, like I would wait till the very last minute to do stuff, but it would still come back. Like I would still retain the information. I would get it done. It'd still be quality, strangely enough, right? So somehow or another, that's one of your superpowers is working well under pressure. You know, and you might like you work so well, like some of your best work comes from you waiting till the very last minute and having to get it done. Strangely enough. So you've turned last minutes into an art form, like last minute panic. There's other people that would completely panic if they ran the way that you run. You know, they wouldn't be able to do it. They would have a complete freaking meltdown because they didn't have it done 2 weeks in advance. And you are like you just go with the flow. You're smooth sailing. You work well under pressure. So keep that about yourself. That's actually something that universe thinks is a good thing. So all right, what do we got for your finances? The Hierophant. So that's like higher learning, higher education, being committed. You could be going, like, maybe I feel something about being a professor. Either you're a professor or you're going into getting your PhD or master's degree. Hello, nurse, right? Nursing, maybe a dental assistant or something. But that is a very committed card, the Hierophant. That is very steadfast, very committed, very dedicated. All about higher learning, gaining wisdom, implementing your wisdom into your daily life. So, whatever it is that you're doing in your finances, like you're learning, you're growing, and you're staying diligent, right? You might have to learn something to be able to tackle on other projects, but it keeps you on your toes with that deadline surfer. It's like the more you learn, the more you know, the more you grow, right? So stay committed to whatever it is that you're doing financially, or if you're investing in your future, there's nothing wrong with that. So your finances might just be part of you investing in yourself, of taking on learning opportunities, of gaining higher education or enrolling in some sort of higher education. So stay persistent with that. That's on the right path for you. That is the right path for you. All right. All right, and what do we got for your love section? For love, Four of Swords, rest and relaxation. You might be like tired of, dating or talking or whatnot. You could just be doing a lot of self care right now. It's like you're not interested in being part of the scene. It's like you're not part of the scene. You're cool. Like you're taking your time, um, doing some self care, some self pampering, maybe getting a mani or a pedi or some sort of chemical peel or something. Like investing in yourself, spending some quiet time alone, right? I mean, if we never really are alone, then we never really know what our own true vibe is. That's why it's so easy. Like, if we go from one relationship to another relationship to another relationship, it's really easy to get caught up in something that's toxic because we've never really learned how to be our own true self. But I think that you were really investing in your own true self, learning your own vibration. There you're in you when you love yourself, like you're never lonely because you're in good company, and maintaining that vibe of being with yourself. Like, man, I am too ADD to be bored. Like, I ain't never bored, man. And I am not lonely. Like, I am in really good company when I'm by myself. So I feel like you are embodying that same sort of frequency. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that frequency, okay? Because you don't want to get involved in things just because you're bored or lonely. So being being contemplative and taking rest and relaxation and spending some time with yourself, away from all the hustle and bustle, away from all the, you know, feeling like you got to be like, I mean, when you're in a relationship with somebody, you got to be considerate, considerate to how somebody else feels about some shit. Rather it be how late you stay awake, what time you wake up in the morning, if you said good night or good morning. It's like all of that rigmarole, it's all blah. Blah, 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 blah. Like nobody wants to fuck with all that. And I think you're just taking a break from all that. So there's nothing wrong with it. It looks pretty good. So tackle that sentient being in your wardrobe, all right? And you work really well under pressure. Stay committed to your goals and your dreams, your aspirations, whatever sort of higher learning that you're involved in right now. And it's okay to take a little time out for yourself. All right. I love you, Cancer. I will see you guys next time. All right. Until then, be good to yourself and others, always and always. And if you would like a personal reading, please go to my website right there, boop, 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 crystal-lavender.com, and sign up for my weekly newsletter where there is exclusive information and perks. And you can download a free copy of my book and book a personal reading all at the same time. All right. Love you guys. Okay. Bye.